Have you ever tried to control something or someone and still felt like everything was slipping through your fingers, as if the harder you tried to hold on, the more things slipped out of your grasp? Today, neuroscience will reveal a truth that few have the courage to face. We were never in control. What we call control is actually a sensation created by the brain to avoid fear. And understanding this may be exactly what you need to finally set yourself free. Humans evolved in unpredictable environments. As a result, the brain developed a system specialized in detecting threats. The amygdala, responsible for emotions related to fear, alertness, and self-preservation. The amygdala hates uncertainty. For it, not knowing what will happen is the same as being in danger. So the brain creates an illusion, the idea that we can control our surroundings, people, situations, outcomes. This gives the limbic system a temporary sense of security. But this feeling is artificial, which is why it never lasts. Control is a type of emotional anesthesia. When you try to predict everything, what someone will do, what could go wrong, what you need to avoid, your prefrontal cortex starts working tirelessly, trying to organize the internal chaos. It does this to try to calm the amygdala, which triggers signals of fear and insecurity. And for a few moments, you actually feel relief, as if overthinking could protect you from the future. But this is just an illusion of security, not real protection. So, what happens is something else. You enter into cognitive hyperactivity, a state in which the mind works too hard and rests too little. The scientific name for this is overcontrol, or excessive mental control. And this excess does not protect you. It tires you out. Neuroscience shows that 90% of the thoughts we have each day are automatic responses generated by old brain patterns. In other words, you don't even control your thoughts, you just react to them. The truth is simple and profound. You don't control what people will do, how they will see you, or what the future holds. What you do control, truly, is your internal response, and that is more than enough. But to accept this idea, the brain must face something it fears, the void left by the lack of control. When we become attached to something, a person, an outcome, a relationship, an idealized future, the brain releases oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and trust. This hormone reduces fear, but it also creates emotional dependence. Thus, attachment becomes a strategy of the brain to maintain a sense of stability. And when something threatens that bond, the amygdala sets off alarms: fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of being replaced, fear of not being enough. Attachment is not love, it is emotional survival. Letting go doesn't hurt because of the loss. It hurts because it shatters the illusion of control. When you let go of what you can't hold on to, your brain has to deal with reality that nothing is guaranteed, and the amygdala reacts as if it were a real danger. It releases cortisol, speeds up the heart, creates intrusive thoughts. That's why you feel anxious when you think about letting someone or some situation go. It's not a lack of strength, it's neurobiology. Neuroscience shows that detachment is not indifference. It is regulation. It is teaching the brain not to react with panic to the inevitable. Detachment is a repetition, not an event. Neuroscience makes it clear. Control has always been a beautiful story we tell ourselves to feel safe. But when you let go of that story, something extraordinary happens. Anxiety decreases, the weight disappears, the mind clears. Detachment does not weaken you. It gives you back to yourself. Because in the end, you never needed to control anything. You just needed to learn to trust.